Hello, everyone. Paul Eisel here with REO Auction Academy. And I'm going to go get a little into the numbers here. And these are August numbers in real estate because they're pretty interesting numbers and some things kind of compare to 2006 in certain ways. But the pricing is the big thing I want to talk about. So existing home sales hit 6 million for the first time since 2006. And if you recall, that was basically the peak of the market, which I feel we are at now, at or around right now. And I'll let her get in a little bit into the story here, and then we'll talk about it.
Carl, existing home sales in August rose 2.4% to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 6 million units even. That's a slight miss from what the street was expecting, but it's still up 10.5% year over year to the highest pace since December of 2006, or just before the Great Recession. Now, the only thing standing in the way of existing home sales is tight supply. 1.49 million units for sale at the end of August. That's down 18.6% year over year to just a 3-month supply. As a comparison, the last time the sales pace was this high back in 2006, there were more than twice as many homes for sale. So
all right, I'm just going to interject here a little bit. So you get into that big drop in the percentage, down 18.6%. Well, a big reason you're down at 18.6% is a lot of people are in forbearance, right? And are not sure what's going on right now. They maybe are thinking about selling, but they aren't selling yet, or they're behind, right? So now they're not sure whether they're going to be a short sale or whether they're going to even sell at all, right? So that has affected a little bit of the inventory. And I'll let her get a little bit more here and we'll talk further.
Incredibly tight supply, which pushed the median price of an existing home to another record high, $310,600. That is up 11.4% year over year. And what's interesting,
and it's also up from 295,000 in July. So that's a 15,000 plus jump in just 1 month. Again, it's due to the tight inventory. It's not real. This is not a real number, meaning that we're not in a natural market, right? We're in a different market. We're nothing like the Great Recession. We can't compare this to the Great Recession because that was a whole other animal. The Great Recession was liar loans and all these easy money coming out there. Now there is easy money, but nowhere near what it was, not even close to what it was back there in 2006. This is far different. So don't think, you don't want to compare. Everybody always wants to compare, well, this to that. No, this is not like what we're experiencing right now is nothing like what we experienced in 2006. Matter of fact, this is going to be far, far, far worse. So we'll get into that later.
Interesting is the high end of the market is really surging. Sales of luxury homes priced over $1 million, up 44% year over year. Realtors say that their clients are telling them they believe the work from home will still be in place after the pandemic. And that
key right there. And I agree 100%. The work from home will still be in place after this pandemic is over. People have, and businesses, let's go back to the business level, right? Why do businesses like it? Well, businesses like it because now they can shrink. Let's say you needed 20,000 square feet of office space. Well, now you might only need 4,000. Think about what that does to your costs. So now you're really reducing your cost for that. And let's go into a second positive effect for them. Now people are working from home. Now they don't have to commute, right? So there's more time potentially to work. Secondly, they may not have to pay as much. They may not there on the roads, but for a lot of different people, you are going to be able to.
That's why they're looking for larger, more expensive homes with big outdoor spaces. Sales were strongest in the Northeast, but up all across the nation. And the market is very, very quick. Just 22 days to sell a home in.
Yeah, I mean, that is good too. 22 days. And it's been selling pretty quickly too. The days in the market has been down for quite a while. The bigger space, yes, I agree with to an extent. We're still going to a smaller space model, especially for the retirees. But for people with families, bigger space, because instead of a 4-bedroom, now maybe you're looking for that 5th bedroom or a room that you can make a home office, or what I did here, built this podcast studio during the pandemic. This is going to be big. This is going to be the future. People doing things like this so they can work from home and have a separate space. I'm literally off the building, so there's a separation, which is a big positive, so I don't hear the family and the kids. But the outdoor space, also huge, right? What did I do? I added onto my deck here, and I redid my paver patio, because outdoor space is important, because when you want people to come over, friends come over, they feel comfortable if they're outside because of the whole pandemic.
August, that matches the record, which of course was set back in July. So an incredibly strong housing market. It looks like it is going to continue into the fall.
Yeah, I would agree. It's probably going to continue here into the fall, and
Carl,
we're going to see some. We're going to see some extent. As long as inventory is low, we'll see that, right? As long as inventory stays low, we're going to see this price increase here, especially when you go into the rural markets, the suburban areas. And even people who want to say, they're thinking about maybe they've retired early, maybe they're moving to the Carolinas, maybe they're moving to Florida or Arizona or New Mexico or Tennessee, wherever they want to retire to. So you're going to see people moving to these spaces, and places that have nice outside areas are definitely going to be a big positive to it. So something to think about here. Something we're going to, obviously we want to look and be able to know as real estate investors, we want to know what people want for down the road. So one, we could build for them, or two, we can renovate for them. So if you're working on renovation projects now, if you got a large home which has an extra big living room or extra big space where you can create another room, a home office off of that, that is going to be big. You're going to get much more money for that. So think about that. Renovating, you want to think about what you're going to be able to do to increase your space and to basically increase the value of your fix and flip. Also think about it with rentals. So if you're doing if you have a rental property and you're renting to a family, right, you have that extra space, maybe a basement where you can convert, make a home office into it. You're going to get additional rental income for that. So if you can do that, you're going to just, think about how to maximize your space and how to maximize your rent. That's the biggest thing. You want to be able to maximize your rents for the minimal amount possible. Being in this pandemic is making us change the way we behave and the way we do things and operate in business and in life. So this is something that's going to be very, very important for the future. Something to definitely think about here as a real estate investor. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you click the thumbs up, the like button down there, and make sure you subscribe so you get new future videos, as we're going to be putting these out more often. Thanks, guys.